Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be a twin flame message for the Twin Flame Collective. So yesterday I reconnected with a childhood friend. Well, we went to high school together. She's a couple years older than me, but we pretty much spent most of the day together until I had to go get the kids from school, and the downloads, the energy exchange, everything was very intense. And so a big message that kept coming through was that 33rd degree masonry energy. And so a lot of the twins, we hold this cosmic knowledge of all of the Gnostics, of the esoterics on the journey. And I feel like a lot of Merkaba activations over the last couple of days, there's been a lot of higher ascension energies. And so I know for myself, I astral traveled most of the night last night, and so I didn't really get a lot of sleep. I know the girl that I connected with, she was receiving downloads all night long. And so you might be feeling a little bit tired today from all of the information kind of flooding in for your own personal journey. And so I wanted to talk about some of the energies going on over the next couple of days. We have the moon about to move into Aquarius in a couple of hours. And so this is really going to complicate our emotions, our thoughts. The moon is going to be forming several aspects over the next couple of days while it's in Aquarius, including a conjunction to Pluto, a square to Mercury. And we need to remember, with Mercury and Taurus in the pre-shadow retrograde, there's a lot of higher divine communication coming in, the dark side of the Taurus energy. The moon's going to square it up with Uranus, and it's going to form some positive aspects, but these positive aspects are bringing in like a jolt of energy is what it feels like. And then the moon will then go into Pisces in the evening, on Saturday evening. And so I'll probably channel the Piscean moon energy another day, because right now we're going to focus on the Venus square Saturn. And so with Venus in Gemini, Venus is in the sign of the twins. I feel a lot of the feminines are in the flow. They got them moves like Jagger, and a lot of magnetic attraction. A lot of things are coming to the feminine very, very easily. In the flow is what it feels like. And so a lot of the masculines are in the Mars and Cancer energy, and so they're having a hard time with all of these watery emotions. I feel a lot of the masculines are being put in a position to learn to remother themselves. And so with the Venus square Saturn, we got to remember Saturn is in Pisces. Pisces is also illusions. And so with Venus in Gemini square Saturn and Pisces, both mutable energies, but Venus being air, Venus being truth, there's a lot of complications is what I want to say coming through within these karmic relationships. And so what I feel is kind of happening with all of the recent downloads and activations is I feel a lot of the divine masculines are questioning who they are. They're questioning who this karmic person is that they let in and that they opened up to. And so I do feel this deep need to form a protective boundary is what the masculine is being asked to do as he faces all of these challenges within this very difficult karmic experience, this karmic relationship, in order for him to really reevaluate and reconsider what his true inner values are. And so a lot of realizations of what is really worthwhile moving forward. A lot of these masculines have wasted a lot of time in this very poor investment. They've wasted their time, they've wasted their money, they've wasted their energy. So I do feel a lot of drama, a lot of fights, and the masculine I feel is kind of trying to keep that energy at bay. And I do feel like this withdrawal. Like this energy of the masculine kind of wanting to withdraw from any socializing for a little bit. I feel this complete detachment from self. So this will create a little bit of disillusionment when we detach from ourselves. And so I feel the karmics are there, like smothering the masculines to a certain degree with affection and seeking attention, even though the masculine really isn't returning that. And so I feel a lot of the masculines might be feeling really low over the coming days, feeling a little bit under the weather. If you're tired or maybe just not feeling up to par, it's likely due to this transit. So divine feminine, you might find yourself needing a little bit of extra self-care and taking a rest over the weekend during this period. And so I feel the masculine is just feeling really horrible in this energy, and he needs to understand that this too shall pass, right? But I do feel the weekend for a lot of the masculine collective is going to bring forward a period of some sort of crisis or distress, especially when it comes to their romantic, their social life, and their finances and their financial life. So financially speaking, I feel a lot of these masculines have really made a poor decision with their money. They've overspent, or the karmic's overspent, and so I do feel a lot of regrets. And I feel a lot of the karmics are going to be throwing a tantrum or a fit or something in this breakdown process. Pardon me. And so I feel life's been really rough for a lot of the masculines lately, and they might be feeling more down than usual because of all of the Plutonian energy coming in and you know, breaking things apart. That's what Pluto comes in to do, to destroy, right? And so I do feel they're feeling down, which I think is understandable. I remember bottoming out and hitting that zero polarity, and it's not pretty and it's not fun, but it's much needed to clear the air, to clear the space for these unions. And so I feel a lot of the feminines in that 0 point energy, we made the best out of the very worst situation that we were kind of handed. And so often life really is what we make of it, right? Perception really is everything when it comes to challenges. And so when we can open up to see things differently for what they really are at face value, then it's really easy to understand the whys, right? And so I feel a lot of issues that the masculines are really encountering right now is deep feelings of guilt and shame, along with regret, as all of these mistakes are coming into their awareness. And so I feel, you know, that very karmic period of lessons that the masculine had to go to is really bring forward a lot of misfortune. And so someone or something is going to force the masculine to be held accountable for this bad call, for this misfortune. And likely the karmic is trying to bring forward more feelings of guilt than the masculine really needs to kind of be dealing with. And so with the moon in Aquarius too, I feel this is where we learn how to analyze all of these patterns within these fixed relationship cycles and situations. And this is how we have to learn to appreciate and love ourselves in the breakdown, and to get rooted in a healthy sense of self-worth and self-value if we are to be able to change things and move towards a better timeline. And so I do feel a lot of stress when it comes to the masculine's love life. I feel there's been a lot of delays and challenges, and he's feeling this very, very big distance or separation now with the feminine. And there's a lot of relationship problems where I feel the karmic feminine is bringing forward a lot of hindrances, and they're triggering all of the masculine's fear through criticism and belittlement. And so I feel he's facing a lot of this from that entire social circle as well. I feel there's a lot of chirping, a lot of gossip about the masculine right now. And I feel the feminine's in this place of maintaining harmony within her relationships on the flip side. And so, you know, a lot of these masculines ignored the affection and the love of the feminine. And so now they're being told they're going to have to put in a lot of extra effort and work if they're to balance these scales. And so I feel a lot of relationship upsets, a lot of relationship drama under these energies. And I feel the masculines are feeling very much lonely and depressed due to being disillusioned. And, you know, this is typical for our human life existence. Not every part of our human life is going to be all rainbows and roses. We do have to go through periods of depression, and that's part of the shedding of these old limitations and layers. And so I feel right now money's going to be tight for a lot of us. This is a part of the journey too, where we master financial discipline. So you're going to want to watch overspending or wasting your money on stupid stuff is what I want to say. And I do feel like this underlying energy of like lacking motivation. And so, and it does take hard work to maintain harmony in relationships. It doesn't matter how easy breezy it goes. Relationships are hard work. They require open-hearted communication, and they require both people to be rooted in their valued sense of their purpose, right? And so we can't ignore responsibilities within relationships, especially when it comes to these divine unions. And so I feel, although the masculine is feeling very, very low, he's in desperate need of love. And so I do feel there's a possibility for the masculine to come forward and maybe lean on the feminine for some support. And I do feel his biggest fear is to be disappointed if you were to let him down or reject him. And so the moon in Aquarius is really complicating things. And so with the moon conjunct Pluto, this is like at a 0 point, at a critical degree. This is a karmic reset. It's actually going to be at 0 degrees 17. What I find very interesting is that is a 0 point, or like a bottoming out in my divine masculine's natal chart. So he had a 0 point at 17. And so I do believe this is when his father passed away. I know his father passed away when he was a teenager. And so there is this energy of deep, deep, intense emotions, which can trigger a deep spiritual bond or union to be activated. I feel this strong sexual chemistry right now towards the feminine, giving the masculine motivation. But I do feel a lot of triggers to bring all of this past life emotional pain to the surface, and all of these outer power struggles that the masculine is facing is due to his manipulation from the past life. I feel there's a lot of hysteria, a lot of fear, and there is a lot of past life memories that have been buried deep inside, coming into the conscious awareness. So all of these feelings buried in the subconscious mind are coming to the surface, and I feel it's creating this overwhelm on the heart and this obsession of the feminine. And so with the moon also trine Venus, this is a beautiful energy for the divine feminine coming through. This is bringing love and harmony and a new sense of creative drive into the feminine's conscious awareness. So a lot of the feminines are very much in tune with their emotions, their aesthetics. We are very open about expressing our feelings and how much we've found this new sense of enjoyment for life after getting to the other side of the journey. And so I do feel like this is a really, really good time for the divine feminines to network, to go out and have some dates, to have some fun, and to just enjoy life with loved ones. This is also the perfect time for conceptualization, love making, making babies. I don't want no more babies. I'm all done having babies. But if you are at the baby bearing age and that's something that's on your twin flame journey, I'm all done having babies. I'm going to be 43. I'd like to see my children graduate college. But anyway. And so it's a very maternal and nurturing energy that the feminine is harnessing. And so this is even highlighting more where the masculine has neglected his responsibility towards the feminine. But divine feminine, be careful. You don't want to spend money impulsively. I went grocery shopping this morning, and boy, oh boy, I was like $300 in the hole after that. Well, not in the hole. I actually have zero debt. Zero debt, no credit card debt, no debt, right, other than my mortgage. But so you might want to be responsible around your money. But I feel the feminine is just focused on pleasure and beauty and enjoying the present moment. And so this is really gonna trigger communication to come forward, especially with the moon square Mercury and with Mercury in pre-shadow retrograde, pre-shadow retrograde. And so this is going to bring forward this effect of balancing our head and our heart, our emotions and our thoughts. And so this is going to make people a little bit more emotional, though, a little bit more opinionated and moody, right? Because the moon is in air and Mercury's in Taurus. And so this is going to be a quick turnover of energies, though. Although it may happen again in Mercury retrograde. I didn't really go that far ahead. And so there's going to be a lot of internal tensions, I feel, as well, with Uranus squaring it up with the moon. And so two very fixed signs squaring it up together, like Aquarius. like is demanding truth, and that Taurus, the bull energy, is creating these internal tensions. And Uranus brings surprises, right? Uranus is like that tower energy, and let's face it, these transits usually aren't very pleasant. And so anything and everything that the masculine has tried to repress is going to break out in a very uncontrolled manner, is what I'm feeling. Everything that he stuffed down, all of his personal issues, all of his family issues, all of these relationship issues that have been a huge marker for this change, is all going to be expressed in a lot of unpredictable ways. And so maybe it's the karmic breaking up with the masculine, or the masculine breaking up with the karmic. Either way, it's going to create a major upset in order for this expansion of these harmonious divine relationships. And so Jupiter trine the moon as well, and this is going to bring forward emotional growth, and it will come through struggles, right? And so I feel the masculine now can no longer find any ounce of satisfaction in that karmic contract, because there's no emotional or intellectual levels to this relationship. It was purely based on lust and sex and drugs and partying. And so that's no longer satisfying to the masculine. He wants emotional and intellectual connection with the feminine. And so it's like that one song, oh my God, who sings it? One of like, oh, she's everything that I can't be. Maybe if you Google search the words, it's that song, like, she's everything that I can't be. And so the karmic is lashing out because she knows the feminine is everything that she will never be able to attain. She doesn't have the emotional, intellectual essence that the feminine holds, that the masculine is being very magnetically attracted to at this time. And so I do feel all of these energies are making it easier for the masculine to access these feelings and these higher thoughts that really have been hidden from his conscious awareness. And so I feel this is an excellent weekend for the feminine to do a lot of meditation, reflection, and journaling, or any spiritual practices that will help ground the masculine as all of these emotions are kind of boiling to the surface. So let's pull in with some cards. And my desk is an absolute mess. I'm so scattered with everything I got on the go. And I do want to grab the Crystal Medicine Oracle deck too. Okay, so we're going to pull in with the Dragon Oracle cards first, because the dragon energy is huge. Air Dragon, that's that Aquarian energy. Earth and Air Dragon, that's the Taurus and Aquarius energy coming through. And so Earth and Air is asking us to find our perfect balance, because we are here to create heaven on earth by balancing heaven and earth. And so I feel the feminine right now is being asked to stay balanced, to stay grounded with your visions out of your lower chakras, because you are manifesting all of your hopes and dreams. We have the Air Dragon, and so this is helping the divine masculine, I feel, rise above all of these earthly karmic matters and challenges. And so this is where the masculine learns to communicate honestly, which will bring newfound inspiration and hope. And so they are seeing all of these life challenges from the higher perspective. So throat chakra activations. Let's see what else needs to come through for the twins. What dragon energies are most present? Okay, Earth and Water Dragon. Ooh, pure white dragon from Orion. That would represent the light fury, the divine feminine. So the masculine could be very much tapped into his feminine energy, especially with the Kuan Yin dragon. And so that actually came out in my personal reading for myself last night. I haven't done a personal reading for myself in a while, but like I was like so high from the ascension energies, like it's like a high in these higher realities. And I know the girl that I connected with yesterday, we were both like way up there, 13th dimension high, 7th dimension and above. And so it creates this energy of being high, like on divine love. And so you have a hard time sleeping. So I feel the feminine has reached this place of karmic balance, karmic reset, because she's rooted firmly in the love of this union, the acceptance. And she has allowed all of these negative cords to kind of be dissolved, is what it feels like. and to embrace this transcendental love. And so I do feel like enjoy your freedom, divine feminine. It does feel like freedom for the feminine as we kind of see the divine all around us. And so the earth and water dragon are saying the energy is right to create these new earth foundations for new growth. And so a fresh start is coming for these twin flame unions with a lot of new doorways and opportunities opening up. So how can you nurture these ideas and harvest this abundance? And so that's another thing. We're going to be doing a lot of collaboration work. And so she is the spiritual empath on YouTube. Go and check her out. Her name is Melanie. She's phenomenal. I'm like, and so her and I are like yin yang energies. She's like the yin to my yang and vice versa. And so our placenta side of the chart is like yin yang. And so just beautiful. She's really offered to help me get a lot of the electronic aspects set up for my video camera, so I don't have to worry about using all of my phone storage moving forward. She's going to help me with editing and stuff like this and getting set up. And then her and I also have decided we're going to start off offering a Master Your Numerology class at Sadie Hall. And so we're getting all of that in the works, and we're going to be doing a lot of collaborations moving forward. So exciting. So nurture these new ideas. And so bottom of the deck, the deep blue dragon rolling in the deep is what I heard, rolling in the deep. And so this is the dragon that keeps the divine masculine safe by like clearing his pathway. And so there's a need for trust that we are protected as we walk on this path of light. And then we got the air dragon again. And so rising above these earthly matters. And so I do feel the feminine's light is bathing the divine masculine as he goes through this process. And so as the feminine comes into balance and practices peace and harmony, this now triggers the masculine's awakening for this cooperation to expand beyond the lower chakras, these casual, shallow relationships. And so a lot of sun is shining down on this baby birthing stage. Look at this dragon now has the baby fawn. So I feel the masculine's been birthed and now he wants to come forward and heal this relationship and to bring forward respect to the feminine now that he understands this higher learning and wisdom. And so a lot of crown chakra upgrades for this illumination, because we're being called to walk this higher path right now, this higher spiritual path. So there's that soul star activation. And that's the chakra right above the crown. And that is like the halo. So this is where we fulfill these soul contracts, absolutely. And this is where the masculine remembers who he is. And so I do feel a lot of Freemasonry timeline. The Knights of the Round Table has come up a lot again. And so we do have the voice activation again. And so there's a lot of angelic attunement and divine support as the masculine activates his throat chakra and this remembrance of who he is. And so, you know, the feminines go through this remembrance process years before the masculine. And it's very frustrating, right, as we wait patiently. So there's a lot of Anunnaki light codes coming in. And so there's a massive energy shift going on with the collective right now. There's a lot of new Akashic information coming in as we end the cycle, the old cycle, age of Pisces. And so this is the order of Melchizedek. I hope I said that right. And that was an energy that came out in a different deck yesterday when I was connected to this soul sister. It was like when she left, I was like, oh my God, it's like I haven't seen you in 1,000 years. And I could have talked to her for hours and hours, and it felt like minutes, right? And so we are enveloped in light right now. And so a lot of our karmic missions, I feel, are being uncovered. So don't give up. We are in this Akashic Stargate portal right now. And so if you look at all of like the mirroring portal doorways, and so a lot of mirror reflection, we're at a crossroads. And so right now, as the feminine is fully aligned with her purpose, the masculine is at a crossroads. And then we get Thoth banging down the hammer again. And so major light initiations. And so we go through all of these different initiations on the journey to get to that 33rd degree initiation, masonry, Gnostic knowledge. And so the feminine has awakened, I feel, the great teacher within the masculine and all of this divine magic. Oh my God. See, Mercury is like messing me up already. And so there's that heart chakra awakening. And that is where all of the codes actually are instilled. And there's that Merkaba energy that I felt, the Merkaba. And unlocking the higher heart. And there's the emerald tablets. It's like the Wizard of Oz energy. Hi ho, it's off to see the wizard, I suppose. And so this is where all of this cosmic ordering gets delegated as we go through this divine alchemy of consciously manifesting new earth. And so I feel the feminine's called in this Venusian galactic council, and it's time to answer the call, divine masculine. It is time. Oh my God, yes it is, because there's the Merkaba. So the feminine's Venusian energy has brought in a lot of galactic council, a lot of spiritual authority figures to come in to activate the Merkaba, and a lot of states of transcendence or ascension, so to speak, as we rise up. It's like this energy of floating. And so a lot of angelic frequencies. The angels are here, so if you're getting the chills or you're cold or that emotional body shock, the angels are with you. You are safe. This is a potent connection. And so as we tap out of the 3D matrix and into the divine matrix, there's a lot of interconnectedness, understanding of the interconnectedness, and a lot of synchronicities. And what I want to say is God incidences. Nothing is coincidence. God incidents. Actually, when we got to a pivotal part during our reading yesterday, my light that always flicks all the time, I don't remember. We said something very powerful, and like, boom, the lights went out. So I was like, oh, geez. Okay, let's dig in with the crystal medicine oracle deck. And we'll see where I go from there. So there's the healer energy, the shamanic healer, and rejuvenation. So it is the energy of retreating. I do feel the masculine is retreating at the moment in the cosmic womb, rebirth by fire, tapping into all of this cosmic creativity. 7. So it is the number of the mystic. And so it's kind of feeling like a little bit of a hermit, right? We got somebody in the cave, shining the light, getting ready to maybe walk through the portal, right? Towards the divine feminine. Completion. So something about the moon cycles are bringing completion or grandmother blessing. I know for myself, my grandmother is on the other side, and so a lot of us hold all of these Akashic keys, and we are the granddaughters of the witches that they did not burn. And so there's a lot of upper world angelic frequencies coming in as part of this rebirth, and it is this spring where we do step into unconditional love. And the feminine truly does represent Mother Mary or Mary Magdalene energy, and she is the diamond. There's that 33. Again, the feminine holds 33rd degree masonry, Gnostic knowledge. And so Celestite is coming up. That's interesting. I had another guy that I used to go to high school with, and he messaged me. And he's coming for a reading and asked about if I had Celestite, and I do have a couple of pieces, but there's like the higher spiral dance of the activation, and this is where we kind of attune and step into self-mastery as part of this spiritual purification and cleansing process. And so you are going to want to protect your energy. Let's do the Wildwood Tarot. The Stag and the Seer. I like it. So the High Priestess or the Seer, the feminine is the Seer, right? So a lot of third eye downloads, a lot of third eye activations. I know my third eye is still pounding. It's been weeks. And then we get the Stag, which is the Strength card. And so I do feel harnessing strength. And the feminine, I feel, is cloaked and protected. And so it is crossroads energy. And what goes around always comes back around. And so a lot of us have to go through mastery of our spiritual strength on the journey is a big part of the twin flame journey. mastery of our strength. We have to understand our own intuition, mastery of our intuition. And so it is like a crossroad, and what goes around comes around. So I do feel the feminine has closed out this cycle, has mastered her intuitive gifts, and is ready to receive. So let's do 9 cards and see what's going on with the Twin Flame Collective. Page of Bows in reversed. Oh, the Journey reversed, Death reversed. Then we get the Ancestors, or the Hierophant. And so a lot of ancestral energies coming forward. The Four of Stones in reverse, so that's the release of a poor investment. The Queen of Stones in reverse. Well, there's that poor investment. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And then we get the Seven of Cups, which is mourning. The Nine of Bows, or the Nine of Wands in reverse. So this is a lesson about respect. I also feel a lot of those karmics have very much disrespected the masculine. They're very much ungrounded. There's resistance to this ending, this release. There's a lot of jealousy here. I do feel a lot of the karmics were after the masculine's money, their finances, and I do feel they are lashing out. We get the Knight of Stones, or the Knight of Pentacles upright, and I feel like the masculine's out of there, and he's coming in for that that union because of the attraction of the feminine. And so he's coming in very sneakily too. He's like a fox. He wants in there, divine feminine, and he's ready to master these skills with you. And so, you know, that lack of decision, that lack of generosity towards the feminine has come and blasted the masculine right out of that karmic situation. And I do feel all of his creativity is focused on the feminine right now. And so I feel like the Page of Wands in reversed is like bad news. This is not good news. My foot is really itchy. Is bad news. So there was some bad news about an ending, and I feel the karmic's grasping, does not want to let this go, but the ancestors, I feel, kind of stepped in. And so it is a release. There is a lot of protection, I feel, as the masculine has to deal with this very volatile, insecure energy. And so swap it around. You could be a man and be the divine feminine. Please don't take to heart the gender roles. So gender roles can be reversed. But I kind of just feel like lashing out. There's like, I feel this, the karmic is using emotions as a form of manipulation because she's very ungrounded. She doesn't know her worth. She doesn't know her value. She's not very nurturing. She really was a poor investment. And I feel now the masculine is mourning the loss of the feminine, and he is deeply wounded, and he is ready to kind of come in and do the legwork. The Knight of Stones is the Knight of Pentacles. So I'm ready to do the hard work. I'm ready to invest. The horse could have been, your masculine could have been born the year of the horse, something about the year of the horse. But there is a deep spiritual union, and I do feel the higher heart ignition, the rebirth by fire has kind of taken place. So let's clarify with a different deck. Actually, I'm going to pull that deck too. Oh, so many decks. Let's do the Aquarian Tarot, and we'll clarify some of these energies. Oh, what do we get here? The Eight of Rods in reverse. So challenges and delays before victory moving forward with the Chariot. So I do want to clarify the Death reversed. I also feel the masculine might have delivered some harsh communication saying I'm going back for a rebirth. And we've got a very ungrounded energy. But let's clarify the Death reversed, the Journey reversed. See what needs to come up. We got the Hangman, Pisces energy. So your masculine could be dealing with the Pisces or have Pisces in his chart. But a realization, a shift in consciousness, a realization that it's time to choose a new path. And to walk away from a situation where I feel there's been resistance of letting it die. So there's been a lot of boredom. There's been a lot of dissatisfaction. There was at one point in time a union. There was some third-party interference. And so I feel the masculine is now realizing this is about self. And so I feel cutting through all of the challenges and delays through honest, forthright communication. And so let's see what the ancestors are here to bring forward. So I feel this is divinely guided change. This is kind of like the divine stepping in for this disillusionment process. And so yeah, we get the Ten of Cups. The ancestors are saying, like, why are you wasting your time sitting in a situation where the party's over, the cups are spilled, this is not a good time anymore. You've tried to put the feminine behind you and this union behind you. You can't let it go. You're sulking over these spilled cups. There's a lot of guilt, absolutely guilt and shame of not choosing the blessings, the rainbow blessings of the feminine. And so I do feel healing. The masculine does want to heal this connection with the feminine, the high priestess, and does want to work with you, and knows that it's like he can't keep pushing against the grain. He can't keep carrying this heavy load on his chest. And so this burden's been a heart heavy burden for the masculine. And he knows he needs to bring justice to this very unfair situation. So what does this Queen of Stones in reverse got to say? What does this Queen of Pentacles in reverse got to say? Because this is dead central energy. So something about maybe Taurus season. Yeah, so she's lashing out for sure. And I feel, yeah, like she's not made a very good judgment call either. And so the judgment reversed. So I feel she's bitter, she's angry, she's lashing out. She's trying to create blocks from the masculine moving forward. And so she's trying to delay the reconciliation is what I'm feeling. And so this could be somebody, you know, she's deeply hurt on her heart. The Queen of Swords is hurt. And so I just feel, yeah, this could be public slander, public humiliation. Well, let's take a look at the Two of Cups, because this is where we're headed. We're headed towards the union here, like very, very close. The energies are accelerating, to say the least. So, and this is going to come in very fast, yeah. So we get the Queen of Rods with the Seven of Rods and the Empress. So you're on fire, is what I'm going to say. You're glowing, you're magnetic, you're attractive. Everybody is attracted and drawn to the Queen of Wands. I just want to say you're on fire, Divine Feminine. I also feel like you're not letting just anybody into your life. You've got your boundaries in place, and you've got all of these rods coming at you. I just say rods coming at you because you're the Empress. Everybody is drawn to the Empress, right? Because she's unconditional love. She's magnetic. She's just such loving, loving, high vibration energy. And so, so the masculine feels all of these people are attracted to you. And now I'm hearing that song, Everybody Wants You. Oh, how's that go? Yeah, so the masculine's worried that everybody wants a piece of you, Divine Feminine. And so I think they're trying to sneak away from a situation. I do feel this energy of I'll do whatever it takes to unblock myself out of this manipulative situation, because they want healing. They want healing. And they do. There's that Nine of Wands again. They want to shed the old. They know this is an infinite connection, and they've gone within, and they're definitely shedding light on these negative vices. Oops. Kitty. Oh, she's like giving me the weirdest looks lately. Look at she looks like she's getting a download with her ears. All she knows I'm talking to her. Let's get some love oracle cards and see what else needs to come through. Heartbroken, self-indulgence, Cupid's arrow. Yeah, so you are the archer, Divine Feminine. You struck the masculine's heart, and love is coming. Surprise, surprise, you are the archer. You did it. And so right now, the masculine is being a little self-indulgent with maybe some addictions, because he is deeply heartbroken. And I do feel he's looking at you, and you've got many options. You've got many, many options coming in here. And so he knows he needs to make a decision. He needs to face the repercussions of that unconventional one-night stand string along that turned into like a 3 or 4 or 10-year long relationship that never should have turned into what it did. but I do feel there's been a separation. There's been a breakup. I feel a lot of the masculines are feeling lost. They're deeply hurt and sad and grieving and mourning over you. And so I do feel right now the masculine is being asked to do some healing, some shadow work, to focus on self, to understand his self-worth, because you definitely opened up the heart. And so now he wants to come in and unconditionally love and give you the affection that he did not reciprocate in the past, because now he's fallen in love, fallen like the stars. And so he might be coming in with an engagement ring. I think at one point in time he couldn't run away from you fast enough, and he ran right into a codependent relationship because of his fear of intimacy and listening to the ego. And now he's running right in for that completion in this eternal union. And this could mean an engagement ring. This is a commitment. This is an eternal partnership. And so completion and union. And TikTok, divine time says it's time. We're closing out these old cycles. It's time to heal and progress and to make these healthy choices when it comes to love and life in general. So I want you to be happier is now in my head. So I feel progression. The masculine will be arriving soon. Right now he's moving on and dealing with these closure issues is what it feels like. And he's not really showing his true feelings to anybody. He's still kind of hiding a little bit behind a mask as he goes through these delusions and these old pretenses is what it feels like. But he might maybe send you a message and want to meet up for coffee or something of the sort. Let's just get a couple last messages from Spirit to close off the reading. Spend some time in quiet meditation over the next couple of days and really work on quieting the mind and dropping into the heart space. Because right now I feel the feminine is this pillar of strength and the light that is showing the masculine that he is capable of overcoming all of these obstacles. And so opening the mind, bringing in this spiritual assistance. And I do feel the masculine is now coming into this realization of what they lost. They are grateful that they had your presence in their life. And they do, I feel, want to come forward with a gift to honor and show you that you are their true heart's treasure. And so there's going to be a destined event coming up. We're feeling it, and you know you're right, Divine Feminine. I do feel they miss you. Reach out. So you might want to reach out to your counterpart, but I feel they miss you, and they are going to be reaching out. And so they want to reconnect with you in the heart space. So you might want to do that because they're the student right now learning valuable lessons. So that's what I got for for a little quick check-in. For almost 45 minutes anyway. If you would like to book a personal or a soulmate reading with me, I still have my flash sale on. I'm going to keep that running all the way up to the end of April. So if you'd like to get booked in, I do have got about 10 spaces left to get you booked in there before the end of the month. Don't forget, I have the expo next weekend at Sadie Hall, 530 Victoria Ave. If you can make it out, I'd love to see you all out there. I'll make a post on the community tab. And yeah, have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you so much.